Chapter 4. Let's go to the restroom. The moonlight felt cold as Seiko stood at the edge of the shrine steps, her expression uncharacteristically grave. "If you want to beat her, you have to play by her rules," she told Momo. Seiko adjusted her kimono, her eyes sharp with the wisdom of a medium. "The Turbo Granny is strongest in her territory. You must go to the public restroom in the park. It's foul, it's creepy, and it's exactly where she wants you. But remember, only a spirit can outrun a spirit." Momo nodded, feeling the weight of the task. She wasn't just fighting for her life anymore. She was fighting for the boy standing beside her. As they walked toward the park, Momo kept stealing glances at Okarun. He looked terrible. The curse was draining him, his shoulders hunched and his breathing shallow. Despite his exhaustion, he hadn't complained once. Momo felt a strange pang in her chest, a mix of the lingering embarrassment of being seen in her pajamas and a growing heavy respect for the occult-obsessed boy. "Are you holding up?" she asked softly. Okarun tried to push his glasses up, but his hand trembled. I'm okay. We have to do this," he whispered, his voice cracking. The park was a skeletal landscape of rusted swings and long, reaching shadows. At the center stood the public restroom, a concrete box that looked like it belonged in a nightmare. It smelled of damp earth and something metallic. Okarun stopped at the entrance, his knees nearly buckling. The air around the building seemed to vibrate with a malicious energy. "It's in there," Okarun said, his voice barely a breath. He looked like he might collapse before the fight even started, the curse visible in the way his shadow seemed to twitch independently of his body. Inside, the flickering fluorescent light hummed like a trapped insect. Momo stayed close to Okarun, her heart hammering against her ribs. The tiles were cracked, and the silence was suffocating. "This is so incredibly awkward," Momo muttered, trying to mask her fear with annoyance. "I can't believe my big showdown is happening in a place that smells like bleach and old socks." Okarun didn't laugh. He was staring at the last stall, his eyes wide behind his lenses. The door was slightly ajar, revealing nothing but absolute darkness. Suddenly, a high-pitched, screeching cackle echoed off the tiled walls. From the shadows of the stall, a small, hunched figure emerged with impossible speed. It was the Turbo Granny. Her face was a roadmap of wrinkles, her eyes bulging with manic glee. "Well, look at the little lovebirds," she spat, her voice like grinding gravel. "Come to the toilet to lose your souls? Or just to make a mess? I'll rip your legs off before you can even flush." She moved with a twitchy, supernatural jitter, her very presence warping the air around her. "Watch out!" Momo screamed, shoving Okarun aside as the spirit blurred forward. The Turbo Granny was a whirlwind of foul insults and sharp claws. Momo tried to use her psychic powers to pin the spirit down, but the granny was too fast, appearing on the ceiling 1 second and behind a stall door the next. "Too slow, princess. You're all talk and no hustle," the granny mocked, her laughter ringing out like a siren. Momo could barely track her movements. The spirit was a smudge of gray and black against the grimy tiles. Okarun couldn't stay on the sidelines anymore. The pressure in his chest exploded, and he let the curse take over. His hair turned a shocking, ghostly white, and his face shifted, becoming a pale, mask-like visage with sunken eyes. His body elongated, muscles tensing with a power that wasn't human. The transformation was violent and sudden. He stood in the center of the room, steam rising from his skin, his aura radiating a cold, crushing weight. He was no longer the shaking boy. He was something far more dangerous. But as the power took hold, Okarun's demeanor did a complete 180. He slumped his shoulders, his terrifying mask face drooping into an expression of profound misery. "I'm so sorry," he groaned, his voice echoing with a haunting, melancholic tone. "I'm such a burden. You shouldn't have to see me like this. I'm just a piece of trash, really." Momo stared at him, bewildered. "Okarun, are you apologizing?" Even in his ultimate form, His geeky insecurity had manifested as an intense, supernatural gloominess. "Please forgive my existence," he sobbed, even as he prepared to spring. The Turbo Granny didn't wait for the apology to finish. She lunged, but cursed Okaroon was ready. With a crack like a whip, he vanished and reappeared behind her. The two spirits became streaks of light, racing through the cramped restroom and out into the park. The granny shrieked as Okaroon nipped at her heels, his gloomy speed proving to be a match for her legendary pace. They tore through the grass, leaving deep furrows in the earth. "Stop following me, you depressing brat," the granny yelled, her foul mouth never stopping even at 100 miles per hour. Momo ran after them, her lungs burning. She saw the signal, the bridge Seiko had mentioned. "Now, Okaroon, lead her to the center," she shouted. Cursed Okaroon, still muttering about how he didn't deserve to win, swerved sharply, forcing the Turbo Granny toward the narrow stone bridge. The granny realized too late that she was being steered. "You think you can trap me?" she roared. The air crackled as they reached the apex of the bridge, the trap Seiko had prepared, beginning to glow beneath their feet. The chase was over, but the real fight was just beginning.